Hi collective, welcome back. So, well, if you didn't come back, I did a first part of this reading. This is me clarifying it. As I was moving my cards over, I bumped my laptop and it glitched my camera, so I had to end the reading, or the reading was ended abruptly. Maybe for some of you, like, that was wrapped, that was it. Because maybe this clarification is going to get deeper for those of you that it's not for, or maybe I didn't want some to see part two. Because I always look at that. It's like sometimes I'll be watching a reading, and if I will touch my phone or glitch the video off, like, I know that that's it. They don't want me to read any more of it. Because sometimes when I get into a reading, I really go in, just like with movies. I really get into stuff, and sometimes I'll take all of it and I'll forget. I'll leave the part out. There's been times where I've gone back into the readings, and then I've stopped myself. I'm like, oh, that part that I'm now watching, that I was stopped at, that's not my story. Nope, because mine is not done yet. And then it, normally within the story, they'll continue, where then you're talking about the ending and how things have already happened or whatever. And I'm like, nope, it's because I'm still currently going through this. They didn't want me to see the ending of the reading because this part is unfinished yet. So I shouldn't be, putting my life in that because it's undecided yet. It's still out in the open. And that's something that you have to remember with tarot. A lot of readers, I don't feel that they explain that enough, is when a lot of us, we get into our readings, we don't always, especially when we're channeling, we don't always talk about the energy we're pulling on, the placements. Because for a lot of times, like, I would just go through my readings and I wouldn't call them out. So I get how that can be confusing, because I wanted to keep it open for you to place where to put it, past, present, or future. But what I'm talking about more is the outcome. Because tarot's like advice, it's guidance of the energy that's surrounding you. And yes, some of us, right, can see the future, but it's ever flowing and can change at any moment, right? It's not set in stone. So we're more giving you a projection of how things are going to play out with the current energies, but those energies can change, right? And who knows how long you're going to be in those situations and what other things are going to come about. So you have to keep that in mind when you're doing a general reading, when we're doing these collective ones. So what I'm getting at is, especially like if you're picking up on a reading, like, just keep the outcome open. Don't get too caught up in the outcome. Look at what I just split the deck on. Like, I'll give you an example. The King and the Queen of Cups. It's a beautiful, like, that's perfect, like, soul connection and love and all of that. And in this readings, we've got the Lovers as the outcome. So some readers, would be like, oh my gosh, this is what you don't see coming. This is the future outcome. Look at this. You're going to have union with the love of your life. Look at this passion. But I've been telling you that justice is here, but there is a betrayal here. Three of Swords. There's heartbreak. And that's why I wanted to clarify. Because there's the Moon here. There's illusion. There's secrets. There's things that you don't see. Right? This is an Empress that's definitely been dealing with the soulmate, and this could be the soul connection. But look what's underneath the King of Cups, the Devil. And Six of Cups. And I was talking about that reading, how often soulmates are past life lovers. But those past life lovers are simply here, a lot of them are karmic, to teach you soul lessons. And when you complete the contracts together, you elevate to a higher soulmate. So even though I see a couple, there's a high level connection, a soul connection. And that's why sometimes people will stop there, because they may have been in connections before, but never with a soulmate. And they'll settle for a karmic soulmate just because of the intensity of the passion and the action. But they don't realize that, even though it's last reading, that soulmate, that strong bond that was in a past life, like, they literally could have ended your life. They could have took you out. And in this lifetime, like, there's a bit major karma where, they needed to have another connection with you again, try things differently, not be possessive and controlling, and they could be feeling this lifetime doing that again. And I wanted to say that for some of you, like, it was like accidental. I was getting for some of you, it's like it's not like you're with like a killer or something like that. I just, you know, accidents happen, things like that. People get aggressive. Sometimes it's like car rage, things like that. Get aggressive in a car, you know, and act out and crash and things like that, you know. Or like I feel it was more accidental. I don't know if I'm connecting with somebody's spirit guides. I don't know. It's just very heavily this is coming through again, and it came through the last reading. But it might not be your thing, but just take it as a story. Like, if you do feel like you're in danger, or you're around somebody that has like explosive, aggressive, you know, behavior and stuff like that, like, be careful, do whatever. You always have to trust what you feel. If you don't feel safe, you don't seek help, things like that. But what I'm saying is, like, that could help you get a new perspective. If you were to think, sometimes we tell ourselves like, oh, well, I had a connection with this person in a past life, so I don't want to give up on them. I know that there are so many. I know that we share this deep level passion and connection, right? But you got to take a look at how is it helping you with your soul's growth and your evolution, because you do have higher level soulmates. And if you settle for a karmic, you could be passing on a true love of your life for this lifetime, because you're tied up on a past lover. This high priestess is here. So this coming up my recent past position. Somebody is very spiritual, very awakened, right? But it's like she's realizing she holds the key to her future, but she's holding it up next to her throat chakra. It's under the Knight of Pentacles. Somebody definitely needs to set themselves free, need to be expressive and communicative. Now that's right. I wanted to clarify, I had already talked about this reading before my camera glitched off. So if you want that reading, it should be down below right next to this one. But I was putting my cards away. I was moving these over because I like to show you more when I clarify them. So I just gotta be more careful. So I got this beautiful Empress over here. This is somebody that, like, they know that they've been the Empress, but not getting treated as the Empress, or there's something to do with it. And somebody very highly intuitive, like they feel that something's not right. There's a level here and just something is not right. Now the High Priestess next to the moon is definitely about illusions and secrets and deep emotions. Somebody could be realizing that there's more to this. It's interesting, I'm seeing a single swan here, and I seen a black swan yesterday. I was looking at it very interesting animal message. Temperance just came out here. It's like my deck keeps getting tied up with my hair too. I don't know if you've noticed that. I've been having pull out the hairs off my cards. I don't know, I pay attention to things like that. I'm really feeling as though somebody's talking about like soul ties, binds, cords, things like that. Maybe somebody needs to do a clearing, really pulling back their sexual energy, because you can be controlled and manipulated through sex, right? Is that just deepens bonds too. So you need to go within more and think about how you feel, how you're treated, things like that. So what just came out here was Six of Wands, the Fool, and Six of Swords. What's interesting is the two sixes there. You can look that up, Universal Angel number 66, but it's about alignments, and it's about victory, admiration, and walking away, making movement. When somebody makes this movement and walks away, you're pursuing your higher level life. You're going to start, you're conquering this karmic lesson and this karmic soulmate. And then that's where I'm feeling a soul tie probably needs to be cut. It's going to help with your healing and to set you free. Then there's this Fool card energy, this new beginning. Somebody is going to feel liberated and set free as soon as they walk away, because it's going to know that they're no longer stuck in this cycle. It's like if you have to work really, really hard for love, it's often a lesson of what love is not, because you really shouldn't have to work that hard for it. The Five of Cups is coming out next to the Devil, next to the Six of Cups, like I was saying. For some of you, this could be a marriage, because I'm seeing the rings there. This is definitely, you know, letting go of a karmic connection with the past lover. Now, the Devil can meddle, and there could be addictions to drugs, alcohol, you know, obsession, controlling, manipulation, narcissism. But that, you know, they're saying close that out. Get content, get satisfied, get in this energy of that Nine of Cups. And the Sun card, blessings, abundance, all of that is here for you, but you have to conquer this lesson. Two of Cups with the strength. They want you to love yourself. You're worthy of this true love. And for some of you, not all of you, but it's coming through that there's a past connection. Somebody from your past, whether you're with them now or they're going to be coming back, but there's a strong soul connection, and it's karmic. And it keeps coming back, and there's the feelings there because of the soul connection. So be careful of that, because sometimes you will get out of a situation that's karmic and you'll have another one come in, because it's the Devil meddling and trying to, like, no, you're not going to walk away from me, so it'll dispatch another person within there. Get my hair grab my bracelet again. See, there's a stronghold of this that this Devil has on somebody, and keeps sending people out. You know, you'll often have the Devil really coming and really test you when you're at a major time of leveling up too. So see, Ace of Pentacles in the Tower. Things are falling apart here, but it's giving somebody the courage and strength to rebuild, new beginning. Alright, I'm going to stop here. My nose is bothering me. I'm getting over a cold. A little stuffy. But, yeah, so this was a clarification to that reading I did earlier. I'm also going to be doing a reading a little bit with the Sufi Tarot. I felt guided to it yesterday. I need to research it a little bit more today. But I'll be doing a very beautiful reading with it. So if you feel guided to it, because I'm really picking up the blues too. Blue, you know, and that's about peace and harmony. Look at this: unfaithful, red flags, and stolen love. See, for some of you, this karmic lover is stealing the love of your life from you. They're keeping you in cycles and bounds. For some of you, they could be being unfaithful. If they are, you have those red flags, or you have that feeling. Just because I say it this reading doesn't make it true for you. You'll know you feel it. That's why I say you never have to really go investigating and looking at somebody's phone and all of that. I mean, if you feel as though you have to look at somebody's phone because you don't trust them, you already don't trust them. That's the sign right there. You don't need to break your heart and go find the evidence. Just know that it's either a deep wound you have in yourself, you need to let that go, or you need to know you're feeling that way for a reason, and that's your sign. Just walk away, because you should be able to trust your lover if they're coming off putting you in that energy, because they're giving you the red flags. It's not just your insecurities, your worries, and the devil getting your mind. You're literally getting the red flags. That's basically the divine giving you the signs. Nothing can be hidden. Everything comes to the light. So that is where, like, you give your power away and stuff if you doubt your judgments, you know. So, you know, you should be able to trust who you're with and get that respect and all of that. So if you're playing these games, like, you don't, they're not being honest with you, they're being flighty, they're coming home late, they're not giving you, you know, because it's like, really, if somebody's going to come home, like, say, later than normal from work, like, if you love and care about that person, you don't want them worried about you, right? So you're going to call or you're going to message and let them know, like, I'm going to be late, so they keep up or whatever. But all of a sudden, they just roll in late, no explanation, whatever, don't check it. Because, what do you feel? Do you feel like that's a sign? Do you feel like that's what I mean? Just be mindful of what you feel. You got the answers with it. So for some of you, they're literally, holding you back from true love. I don't know, guys. That's the reading I had for you. So, love and light to all of you. Bye, guys.